everyone, welcome to another episode on Lulupu TV. Today we are going to start with something really ordinary, something that we use in our everyday lives and turn it into something completely different. For today's project I am starting with this cereal box, which is the smallest one available, which has a net weight of 100 grams, and we are going to make this into a small television. Apart from this, the fairly basic stuff that you would need are two pencils. You could use plastic sticks that are sturdy enough instead of these pencils. And I know these two pencils don't exactly match, but we're going to cover this up, so that's alright. Then we will need a 12 by 12 pattern paper, any 12 by 12 pattern paper of your choice, and just one sheet of this will be enough to cover this up. Something to punch a circle, and some gelatin paper, and a few sheets for the inside of the TV that are made of really thin paper. I thought of using pattern paper, but pattern paper is very thick, and I'll tell you in a minute why you need thin paper. So let's get started by opening this box. So you need to open this box all the way, or rather at least from three sides, because we need to insert quite a few things inside this. So I've already opened it from one end, and I'm going to open the other end. So I've managed to open the other side, and if you notice carefully, there is at least one more side that can be opened. So if you can see, there is a fold here. This side is one sheet of paper at both the edges, but there is a provision for opening up the box from here, so I'm going to try opening that as well. Okay, while opening the box you may tear it up a little bit, but that's alright because it's going to be on the inside of the box. So I'm just going to remove these pieces so that this becomes even. Okay, I'm then going to measure the length on the inside of the box and write the measurements down, which will help me to create or to cut down the pattern paper to size to cover this up from the outside. Okay, so I've written down the measurements in pencil, and on one side I have left a margin of 3/4 inch on all four sides, and I'm planning to cut this out so that this will give us a view of the things inside the box. So I'm going to use my craft knife and cut the rectangle inside out. Okay, so I've cut out this rectangle out of the box, and I've cut the pattern paper to size. Okay, so I have chosen a fairly simple pattern paper because I want to embellish the box from the outside. So if the pattern paper is already loud, then there won't be or rather the embellishments that I may add won't look that great. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to adhere the pattern paper on this side everywhere except this end, because I'm going to glue that in at the end after I've got the contents for the inside ready. So you can see I'm going to glue all these together, and that's okay if it shows a little bit of the box of cereal. I have a way to cover that up as well. Alright, it was being a little difficult to capture making the entire TV on camera, so I actually already finished it. So here's what it looks like once it's done. Now the key things here are these two pencils. So these two pencils, which as I mentioned earlier, can be replaced by sticks, are used to hold the content that's on the inside in place. Now because I didn't want the pencils to be so yellow, I rolled the pencil in washi tape, and although a little bit of yellow is still visible, it's not as bad as it was before. Now the measurements on the inside and outside of the box will be a little different because of the folds in the card paper or the thick carton paper. And when you cut your pattern paper, it may be a little smaller, right? So to cover up the patches, I have used washi tape on almost all ends. Yeah, actually all ends. I have not left any part or any edge of this TV without washi tape. Secondly, the gelatin paper goes here. I first adhered the gelatin paper using normal scotch tape. Then what I did was, for the content inside, I measured the size of the opening here and ensured that the main content inside was about an inch shorter in length as well as in width. So what I did was, I took a series of papers together and I decided to make this TV a little bit with a friendship theme, and I stamped you know, images and sentiments on those sheets, and I put washi tape on the back side of those sheets to put them together. Now I didn't use scotch tape because scotch tape is thicker and washi tape blends very easily. Then what I did was, I attached one end of those series of strips to the pencil and the other end to the other pencil and inserted it through two holes at the top and two holes at the bottom. Now this is the first sheet. Now as you roll this pencil, the content on the inside moves. So let's start with the first one. I don't know if that's visible clearly. Okay, then as you turn this, then it says, if friends were flowers, I'd pick you. Turn it further, it has a few popsicles and says, you're way too cool, you deserve a treat. You're so sweet. Rain or shine, you're a friend of mine, I'll always be there for you. And to get all this back in place, you just have to turn the other pencil. Now there are a few do's and don'ts about this, and I'll mention it in the blog post. Don't want to bore you on video with that. I could have used embellishments here, but I kind of like how this is. Maybe I'll add some later. But right now, from the point of view of showing you what can be done with this carton, I think this is more than enough. So I hope you enjoyed this, and this is something I did in school and I thought it'd be great to try it again. I hope you guys try this too, and check out our challenge this month. I'm sure you'll have to put your thinking caps on. Have a nice day. Thanks for watching.